I have never seen Tristram bursting with such joy as in the weeks since Diablo's defeat. The town's quiet, brooding hero, whom I am proud to call friend, has humbly endured these celebrations. Yet it seems clear to me that the scars he gained beneath the church run deeper than those upon his skin, and may have changed him forever. I have offered counsel, but he remains distant. Time, perhaps, is the only thing that may heal him. How could I have been so blind? I believed my friend's melancholy to be a natural reaction to the horrors he had lived. How could I not have seen that he carried within him the very being of Diablo? After brooding for weeks, he finally slipped away in the night. Perhaps he has gone to the east, that he so often woke screaming about in the days following his victory over the Lord of Terror. Shortly after he left us, legions of foul demons attacked and burned our town to its foundations. None of the townspeople were spared, and not even the women or children were allowed the peace of the grave. Instead, all were reanimated in grisly undeath, and Griswold, who had so faithfully armored the one I had called friend during his battles, suffered perhaps the worst fate of all, being corrupted into a slavering demonic beast, thirsting after human flesh. This is no simple madness. It can be nothing less than possession by the Lord of Terror himself. The fool, he thought he could contain Diablo's evil. His reckless overconfidence has proven costly to us all. I sit now, caged, amongst the screams and the hellfire, as I await my own end. Although I had long given up hope and surrendered to my inevitable fate, the impossible happened today. I was rescued. Heroes have come to Kandurus to combat the corruption that the man I've come to call the Dark Wanderer has brought upon these lands. He had long since departed on some unknown mission, but they could not follow until they defeated the vile demoness Andariel, who barred the only passage east. I have decided to join them, in the hopes that my knowledge of the ancient ways might be of some help. Our sense of relief is overwhelming, now that our passage through the desert is finally over, and we have arrived in Lut Gholein. Though I tell no one, Diablo's terror has left its mark upon me as well. I wake in the night, suffering unholy visions of the destruction visited upon my home, the slaughter of the helpless villagers, and the echoes of dark acts perpetrated beneath the earth. I hope that these will pass in time, but I fear that I will never escape them. I spoke with the people of the town for a clue to the whereabouts of my former friend, but information is scarce. We have learned that he does not travel alone. He has a companion named Marius. I can only wonder what part he plays in all of this. We are too late. my companions followed the trail of the Dark Wanderer to the tomb of Talrasha, only to be confronted by the demon Duriel. Baal's soul stone was nowhere to be found. We can assume that Baal is free once again, and that he and the Wanderer have departed for Travancore to free their brother, Mephisto. This must not be allowed to happen. Today, I have seen what has become of the man who once risked everything to save us from the Lord of Terror. It was here, in the jungles outside Kurast, that we caught our first fleeting glimpse of the Dark Wanderer. It saddens me to think that even as steadfast and noble a hero as he has proven insignificant beneath the corrupting influence of the Lord of Terror. I weep for what he once was, and yet I curse him for the arrogance that has led him to this path, sowing pain and death across our world. Mephisto's resurrection in our world was brief. My companions have seen to that. They fought through horrors I can scarcely imagine to defeat him and reclaim his soul stone. They also brought back the devastating news that the Wanderer was no more. All traces of his humanity had been eradicated. He had been completely overtaken by Diablo in mind, body, and spirit. Fortunately, they have succeeded in driving him back to his fiery home, and they tell me they mean to assault the burning hells in order to put an end to his existence once and for all. I can only wish them luck. Diablo is dead. I have long desired to hear these words, but now that they come, I feel little joy. News has also reached us of a demonic army marching upon Ariat. This is Baal's doing, no doubt. We depart for the north with the tide. Still, we must count our blessings. The soul stones of Mephisto and Diablo have been destroyed at the Hell Forge, and they will trouble us no further. Only one remains. The cold of the northern mountains chills me to my old and weary bones. Baal's army holds the mountain passes from our haven in Harrogath, all the way to the summit. The honor, strength, and dedication of my companions never cease to amaze me. They are, even now, braving the demons and snow to reach Baal himself. Rumors of betrayal swirl through the town. This time, we must not be too late. It seems we are cursed. Even in victory, we face defeat. Although the heroes destroyed Baal, the angel Tyrael has delivered grave news. An object of great power that he calls the World Stone was held in secret at the mountain's summit, and it had been corrupted by Baal. He believes the only option open to him is to destroy it. I know too little of this World Stone and what powers it may hold to guess what might come of this. But I fear our actions may scar the world in ways we cannot know. I pray Tyrael is making the right choice.